The NBA season is back. It's the first week of rounds of games for my personal favorite team, the New York Knicks. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little recap of my thoughts of how the first week of games went for us. So let's check it out. First game we had going on was the Knicks and the Cavs. We all saw the game. If you didn't, check out the highlights on the internet. And I really thought the Knicks did good. The Knicks, listen, everybody thought Donovan Mitchell was going to try to drop 50 or something. So I'm glad that, we got a break that Garland wasn't there. And Mobley, he turning up, but he didn't turn up enough. So I'm glad we got that victory. That was 111-119. Okay. Then everybody, we hyped from that Cavs win. We going there to Boston. We feeling good. They ain't got no Tatum. You feel me? But for some reason, Hauser tapped into his inner Stephen Curry in this joker, and he was just spraying it up from deep range. He was painting the walls like Picasso. I don't know what he was doing out there. It was a man possessed out there. Almost won the game for them. But still, our Knicks prevailed, 105-95. All right. Then here comes the one game where I'm just like, should I have not been upset? Should I have yelled a little bit more? Should I have just maybe not watched that game? Because the Miami Heat game was tough. I'm looking at the stats, and the stats look rough. Stats look rough out there. And I can't even dog my own players, but the stats was looking rough. OG Anunoby, 37 minutes? 14 points. What are we paying you for? Then Towns, 36 minutes. Only 15 points. What are we paying you for? Then Mikal Bridges doing his thing. 20 points. Brunson, the captain, Villanova demigod out here. 37. Light work for him. And then the rest of the stats look mediocre. 2 points from Yabusele. You could dunk on LeBron in France and all of that, but you can't do that for us, clearly. And then Jordan Clarkson, I know what I'm getting with him. Josh Hart, 29 minutes, 6 points. We'll get back to that in the next game. But that was a tough one. The Miami Heat versus the Knicks, 107, 115 Miami. That was a tough one. That one had me a little shook. But here's the next one. This is the one that got my blood boiling. When we play the Bucks, now I'm thinking we could have traded for Giannis. We was this close to having Giannis. I don't know who got the call in the office. It's like, yo, Giannis is available. Who you gonna give me? The proper response was have been like, anything you want except for Brunson. And then we could have had him this season. But no, you let that just miss. You just missed the bus. That's the opportunity. You just missed it. And then now here come the Giannis, like, yo, I'm about to play y'all. Hey, what was Giannis' stats again? I mean, he looked like a man possessed out there. He looked like a man possessed. Giannis had in 33 minutes, 37 points. Come on, Giannis. And then you know what makes me mad? This is what makes me mad as a fan, right? Karl Anthony Towns that game. 35 minutes. Only what? I must be looking at my stat sheet wrong. I must be looking at the stat sheet wrong. It say 8 points. Now I'm thinking, yo, maybe Cat trying to self-sabotage. Maybe he don't want to be traded to Milwaukee. So he was like, yo, I'll showcase to the Bucks that I'm just trash. That's why Minnesota gave up on me. And, then you won't trade for me. And I'm like, this is some BS. And like other, channels that are reviewing the Knicks, I've heard over and over again them say that same sad song. They wasted a game from Jalen Brunson. When I look at Brunson and when I look at 35 minutes, 36 points, the man looked like he possessed. He looked like, yo, Giannis, team up with me. We could be the next Shaq and Kobe. The next dynasty up in here. That's what I'm seeing. When they compared Giannis' stats, they was like, yo, the last player to do some stats he doing was Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal, like, that deserves some shit. And then, again, Landry Shamet, big game, 16 points, but we lost. But again, the one glaring thing I'm seeing on the list again is Josh Hart. 26 minutes, 3 points. 3 points, my guy. And then the one game that Tyler Kolek is rolling, the boss man don't want to put him in the clutch when Brunson out on the floor. I just don't understand it. Like, I'm trying to not be like every other fan trying to overreact the first week of games, but it's like we got to do something better here. Towns need to drop 30 every other game. If Brunson dropping 30 every other game, you should be dropping 30 every other game. Because you ain't going to get OG dropping 30 every game. No. Mikal is capable of that. So his 25 going to come in clutch. You saw what he did with Wemby on Christmas Day last season. Put him in the, thought he was going to win, psych. So let's just keep it real. Our Knicks, we going to have to get it together. We're going to have to get together. The next game, the Bulls game. Can't wait to do that. I'm going to start live streaming some of the games. And hopefully we win this Bulls game. I know we should win. Okay, OG better go for 25. Mikal, 25. Brunson, 35. Cat, 25. We better have a whole lineup of 20s the whole way. But appreciate everybody tuning in on this first little recap of the games for the New York Knicks. I'm actually going to start doing the OKC Thunder. The gentleman that edits my videos, my one and only brother from another mother, he's out there right now. And he loves the OKC Thunder. He's from there, and I need to start reviewing their games too. They cooking out there. You know, they got one of my players from the Knicks, Holmgren, and he looked like the perfect fit over there. You know what I mean? So that'd be good to review some of those games too. And if anybody wants to play NBA 2K, drop your gamer tag in the comments. You know we be on there every single day grinding to the top rep. So please tune in. I appreciate everybody coming out and supporting the channel. We almost at 1K subs. We almost there. I can't wait. VC giveaways, streaming all the time. I can't wait. Let's get it.